This drawing started as a desire to draw a Zentangle tree. And a tree needs more than just a tree, so I decided to add some sweet Carolina chickadees to my tree, along with some sky and a little bit of warm sun. Carolina chickadees, I chose this bird because it's very prominent in our area. We are kind of avid backyard birders, and the Carolina chickadee is one bird that likes to stick around. Here's a real one for reference for you if you've not seen one before. They're sweet little birds. They're very energetic and don't sit still for very long, and I had been practicing drawing them, and I thought they'd be fun little illustrations to add to my Zentangle tree. I think that bottom bird there comes off a little bit penguinish, but that's okay. We're trying to add just a little detail. They're mostly black and gray and white with a little bit of yellowish brown around those white parts of their feathers. Now, originally I thought I would do lots of different Zentangle designs within this tree, but once I got started, I kind of liked the uniformity of a single design, and so that's what we went with. So first we drew the framework, and now we're adding a little bit of color to our tree, and then we'll work on our sun. And then once we get those colors laid down, we will go back in with lots of details. It took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do this sun. At first I thought I would do a uniform color, and then I figured out that the three rings of color would look really nice, going from that bright, almost whitish yellow in the center out to a more orangey yellow around the edges. And one thing I also noticed as I was drawing on my table, and this paper is really smooth, but the table is textured, so it was picking up the texture of the table. I'm trying to blend those colors a little bit. And now we're off to Zentangle our tree. I'm just doing angled lines, changing directions every 4 or 5 lines, and keeping them closer together for the smaller branches, and as the size of the branches increases, the space between the lines increases. And on the main trunk and these big branches, I was trying to alternate every line. And what I decided after I had done this main trunk is that it almost has the look of a tropical tree, a palm tree or something. So I didn't want to continue that, so I went back to doing multiple lines per direction. And it was about this point in my drawing that I started debating with myself over whether to leave the rest of the background white or to go in and create a nice blue sky behind it. I actually waited overnight to make that decision because I really wasn't sure. I liked it with the white background. I wasn't sure if the blue would add or take away. And as you can see, I finally went back and decided definitely to add the blue. I've put my paper on top of something smooth so I don't get the table texture on the blue sky. And I do this first round of color with this lighter blue, and you can see over there to the right I've got a couple of other blues that I end up adding a little bit in and trying to deepen the color just a little bit. And that's the resulting blue sky. I really enjoyed doing this illustration. It had a little bit of Zentangle, a little bit of drawing, a little bit of color. YouTube thinks you would enjoy this video on the left, and I think you would enjoy this playlist on the right. Thanks so much for joining me today.